and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Pamela and I put out beauty related videos sometimes. Excuse the quality, my camera card is full right now. I don't know where to stand. Finished filming 2 videos for you and I just completely filled up, so I figured, you know what, all I had left to do was to film my intros and outros, and I'm like, I just take out my phone and film it because this is real life and I ain't got time to just sit around and wait for that thing to like upload onto my computer and then come back, sit. It's too much. It's already too much. I just wanted to let you know, but today's video is clearly me trying on all of the products that I just hauled. I will leave that video linked either up here or here. Shoot, I don't ever know, and I don't think any YouTuber ever really knows what side the little card is, but I'll have it linked above and I'll have it linked down below in case you've missed my haul video. I hauled some stuff from elfcosmetics.com and I also purchased the BH Cosmetics November palette. They're doing that whole like month birthstone palettes, and so I decided to pick up the one for the month of November because my birthday is on the 16th. So I was excited for that, and I'm excited to show you the quality of this. It's just so good. And I'm also excited to show you all of the products that I hauled during the Sephora VIB sale. So although I may not be done, we'll see. That's all the babbling I got to do. So let's just get right into this. Yes. Okay, so I've got you zoomed all the way in. As you can see, I am barefaced right now. I'm gonna go ahead and open up these brushes here. I'm gonna take them out, pick out a sponge, go wet the sponge. Yeah, okay, let me go wet the sponge. Okay, so I am going to incorporate what I hauled in my last video. If you missed that video, I'm gonna link it. Is it up here? Is it up here? Just in case you didn't see that, I am going to try all the new products that I purchased during the Sephora VIB sale, as well as some of the products that I purchased from e.l.f., which are those brushes that I just showed you. And you know what? I'm gonna put on the new BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette because I'm wearing this cute, like rusty brown colored top, and I think it would just be perfect to pair it with that palette. But I'm going to prime with this Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I'm excited to give this a go. It's very moisturizing, very hydrating, and hopefully my makeup will glide on like butter after this. For foundation today, I'm going to use the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I have mine in the shade Shell. I don't know why I said it like that, but in the shade Shell. This is what it looks like, and let's hope that this matches. Okay, maybe. We'll see. I don't know how much I'm supposed to use. Is this too much? I think I'm gonna blend this out with, I'm gonna try a brush. I've always liked stick foundation with a brush, so let's see. Oh wow, that literally just melted right into my skin. And as much as I love this brush, I don't think this one is it either. Let's try, I'm gonna try this Luxy brush. It's a little bit more like tightly packed and domey, and the shade, you know what, the shade doesn't look so bad. I can make this shade work. It's definitely a little bit lighter. Coverage isn't full. You could definitely still see my like freckles and some of my little imperfections here and there. I am gonna go in with one more layer. I'm going to see how this builds up. Although I've seen a million videos on this product, let's put a ton on that. Obviously I've never used it, and so I'm not sure, like, you know, how it's going to sit on my skin. So let's do a little bit more here and a little bit more here. Layers really, really nicely, and I'm not sure if it's the primer or the foundation, but my skin doesn't look crepey, doesn't look dry. It's actually looking hydrated and beautiful, but like I said, that could be that primer underneath, but so far, so next up, I've got the Kosas concealer. This is in the shade 05W. So excited to try this out. I love concealer. Concealer, I think, is something I obsess more over than I do foundation. But let's see. Oh, it's a little dark. But you know what? Let's see if I can make this work. I'm probably gonna have to exchange this shade. I had the same issue with the ABH Magic Touch Concealer where I bought a shade that was just too dark for me. Yeah, this is gonna be way too dark, but let's see what it looks like under the eye and blend it out anyway. So I'm gonna take my sponge and just pat this in. I'm not sure when I'm gonna go to Sephora to exchange that, but oh yeah, way too dark. Oh man, what a bummer. It's way too dark. It's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna have to exchange it for a different shade. I'll probably end up exchanging it either today or on Sunday. Maybe it's Friday. I don't know. I'll see when I'm able to exchange it and I'll update you. On the shade, either on the screen or down in the description box below on what shade ended up being a better match for me. But this one is definitely too dark and I'm going to need something a little bit lighter. But the coverage is nice. Definitely has the amount of coverage that I look for. It looks very hydrating under the eyes and I quite love that. Like, it just looks so smooth, so creamy, and it almost has like a really nice radiant finish. I'm gonna grab my ABH Magic Touch Concealer to put on top of this just to brighten the under eyes a little bit, but I'm not mad at this concealer and I'm not mad at the coverage. I'm just not a fan. It looks lighter in the tube, doesn't it? Like, than what it appeared to be. So a little thrown off about that, not gonna lie, but it's just a simple exchange. So when I get around to going back to Sephora, I will exchange this one for a different shade. So far, so good. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the Makeup by Mario sculpting stick, and I'm so excited to use this. I don't really contour ever, but I figured, you know what, let's give it a go. I'm not certain if I want to use this today because I don't want to draw a stripe on my face. So I'm not sure if I'll ever get much use out of this brush. I did see, I think this removes. Yeah, I did see that you can remove this and wash it, which I thought was genius, but I just don't think I'll ever get much use out of this little brush. Maybe to like bake underneath, I could probably use it, but other than that, I'm not gonna use it to blend out this contour. I have mine in the shade medium, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use that brush that I started off with and kind of just pick up the product on the brush. Ooh, okay, yeah, that looks really nice. What? And oh my gosh, it literally like blends itself out. Like, I'm literally just kind of tapping and then I do a little bit of buffing at the same time, and it just, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Just blended right into the skin, like without any effort at all. Like, it's magic. Brujeria. And that shade is just perfect for me. Ooh, that looks really, really good. So natural too. Like, what? It doesn't look like I have just a stripe on my face. Like, it literally blends itself out. I'm quite impressed. Let's do this double chin now. I'm gonna take the other end of this brush and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that contour stick on this end, and I'm just going to kind of tap a little bit on the back of my hand and apply some to the nose. Like, let's contour my nose today. What? This stuff is bomb. That looks really, really good. Like, it almost looks like I've got actual cheekbones and not just chunky cheeks, you know? This is what the skin is looking like so far. Ignore the creasing on the eyelids. That's hopefully going to change in a bit here. But everything looks really, really good. Love the contour stick. Like, it looks so real. I don't know how else to explain it. It looks so natural and so effortless. Like, you saw the way that I just applied it to my face and it almost like contoured on its own. Like I didn't have to put too much work or effort into that, and everything just, even my nose, like I don't ever contour my nose or anything like that, but it just looks so good. Now on to my favorite part of my makeup, and that is the blush. I'm so excited to try this. I feel like the shirt that I'm wearing is going to go so perfect with this new Patrick Ta blush that's in my collection now. I picked up the shade Oh She's Different because I don't have anything in this tone, like this beautiful berry tone. And when I saw this shade like in person, I was like, I gotta try that. Like it's just so pretty. I don't have anything like this, and I'm trying to do that when it comes to blush, like not pick up the same like, you know, peachy tones or like terracotta tones that I mostly gravitate towards. Like I want to venture out and explore and pick up different shades. Like I'm wanting to get like a red blush down the line, and I want to do something like really deep in berry, like a mulberry color. But this is the deepest that I wanted to go today, and I'm really excited to try this. Now I know he has like a method or a technique where he applies the powder first and then he goes over top with this, and I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to try that method just yet, and I'm sure it works, because I mean, why would he promote it if it didn't work? Like, come on, duh. But I'm just not comfortable with doing those things yet. I don't know if it's like my OCD or like my thought process on how I have to do my makeup, but I am definitely going to do the cream first, and then I will apply the powder on top. And if I feel adventurous after I've tested this little guy out, maybe I'll put a little bit of the cream on top of that. So I'll kind of sandwich it and see if it really does last a really long time, and you know, so on and so forth. But let's start with the cream. I'm gonna use my foundation brush to pick up some of this cream. Let's see, I don't want to touch it. Oh, it feels so soft, and look at how pretty that is. I'm not trying to give you the finger, but it almost has like a glow to it, and I'm so excited to try this. I'm very excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dip my brush into this. Picked up a pretty decent amount. Let's see, I can probably just use this mirror in here, right? Let's see. Ooh. She is pretty. Oh, it's so beautiful. Again, blends out like a dream. This is quite nice. The shade is everything that I wanted it to be too. It's a beautiful like berry toned shade, very wearable. I feel like whether you have a very fair skin or tan or even deep dark skin, I feel like this shade is just going to complement so many people. We're gonna put down the Patrick Ta blush for just a second. We'll come back to that in a minute, just so that I can use the powder side of that blush. But I'm going to try the Fenty Beauty, what is this called? Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Setting Powder next. I got the shade Butter. I say butter. So up the packaging on this, and you know what, for a mini, this is actually a really decent amount of product. It takes me forever to go through product or through powders because I don't use too much powder to begin with. So I know that even if I like this powder, I might just continue to buy the mini. Like this much is going to be enough for my entire face. Go ahead, make sure to get rid of the creasing. I didn't crease too badly under the eyes. I always get creasing because I've got fine lines under there. And no matter what concealer claims that they're not going to crease, guess what? They always do. And I'm going to grab my sponge and dip it into this powder. This looks like a good shade for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and press this on the under eye and a little bit into the big ass pores that I have right here. And oh, that looks really nice. It instantly mattified me, but I mean, it blurred everything really nicely. I'm not a big fan of matte powders, to be honest. That's why I like the e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder, because it does have a little bit of almost like a radiant, I want to say, finish. But this blurred all of this. So I might in the future not powder under my eyes with this setting powder, but I may just touch like this area here where I'm the most porous with this powder, or I may just like put some on the chin, because my chin can sometimes get a little like oily, especially towards the end of the day, and this powder would be fantastic. It would be fantastic for the T-zone. Like I said, I'm a little too matte for my liking. I'll probably spray my face with a nice like dewy setting mist after this. What does this smell like? Does this have a scent? It smells a little Play-Doh-y. I don't mind it though. Let's see if I take a fluffy brush to just kind of set the rest of my face, and that's probably something that I could do as well. Just lightly pat it. Yeah, it instantly mattified me. Oh, this look is weird for my face because I never look matte. You know what? The more that I look at it, I don't think I really like it. Let's trust the process today and see what everything looks like at the end. Like, I love the way that it's sitting right in this area, but like right here where I'm the most, let me zoom you in. Not a big fan of that. It definitely looks not heavy, but a little bit porous right there. It could just be me. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see too well. But you know what? Let's wait till I spray my face. Maybe once I spray my face and all the powder kind of like melts away, or maybe it's just one of those powders that I have to like lightly dust and not so much like bake with. Not that I bake or anything like that, but you know what I mean. Like just using a sponge may not be the way to apply this powder. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna go back into the Patrick Ta. It's one thing I don't care about this like type of packaging, and although it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, look at how like fingerprinty, is that a word? Fingerprinty it is now, but it's okay. I'm excited to see what this looks like on top. Ooh, that's nice. That's so nice. I'm looking extra blushy today. Extra blushy. This looks so stinking pretty. Oh, it's so nice. I am looking a little blushy today, but I'm not mad about it. I think it looks beautiful. Before I apply my highlight, which I have to go get one because I forgot to grab a highlight, I'm gonna spray my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, and then I'm gonna go in with a like dewy setting mist just to see if maybe it'll melt down some of this product and make me look a little less porous on the cheeks. So let's see if that works or that helps. Okay, that seemed to do the trick. So it's probably definitely my fault. I applied maybe a little bit too much powder, and it just made me look a little bit heavy in the pore like area. Nonetheless, I will be careful the next time. Instead of packing so much powder in this area, I'll just sort of lightly dust it with a brush and not use my sponge. But everything looks really pretty, and that blush, I'm in love. For highlighter, I'm just going to use one that I already had. I didn't purchase any highlighters because I just bought like 2 of these Mini Becca ones when they were just going out of business. I also have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette that came with like a highlighter in there, and I didn't feel like, that's like one of those things I try not to purchase too much because I feel like you only need the tiniest bit of highlight, and your highlighters can literally last forever. I swear my children's children are going to inherit some of my highlighters one day. All right, Rare Beauty. I love Rare Beauty. It's definitely my quote-unquote favorite high-end brand, just because they're high-end but affordable. I don't know how to explain it. So I am going to go in with this eye primer. I'm really excited, and hopefully this will be everything that I want in an eye primer, because I'm looking for something with pigment like this one. And let's see if it delivers. So I'm gonna do one eye at a time, just in case this dries super duper fast. It doesn't feel tacky, but if it's going to cover up all of my, it did. Oh man, this is nice. It's not tacky, so it's not like picking up the product as I'm laying it down, which is making me think that it definitely has some time for you to like really work it into this eyelid. which, like, again, it's so nice. And look at that, it covered up all of like the little veins and imperfections that I have on my eyelids, and I am hoping that the lasting power on this is phenomenal. Okay, so my eyelids are primed, everything looks really, really good. I have either dry or oily eyelids depending on the day. Some days are dry and some days are oily, and this primer just sits beautifully on top of my eyes. Doesn't feel overly sticky, but I am excited to see how the shadows last all day. I'll leave a note on the screen or down below in like a pinned comment letting you know how well the eyeshadows lasted, but I really like the way that this went on. It wasn't sticky, wasn't dry, didn't drag the skin, definitely gave me plenty of time to blend. So now I know I can just apply it to both eyes and then just blend it, and I should be perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go in with the BH Cosmetics Citrine palette. This was the one for November. I'm so excited to show you how great this little palette is. I think it was like $9, very, very affordable. They have obviously all the other months, so whatever birth month you fall into, like, you should take a look at it to see if it fits your like style or vibe, but this definitely fits my style and my vibe. So I'm gonna go into the shade Generous, and I'm gonna use that e.l.f. brush, buff some of this into my crease, and just look at how nice and pigmented and how little you need of that shade. I'm going to use that C-shaped brush, and I'm going to apply the shade right underneath, which is Inquisitive. I also love the shade names because I feel like they kind of correspond to like who I am. It's like Citrine is like this big yellow gold shade here, and then you have Generous, Inquisitive, Unique, Determined, Dynamic, and Brilliant, and I'm like, yes, I am all those things. I am. And then on the mirror it says You're Golden Citrine. So you're golden. Anybody? Anybody? It's the second time I've said that. Maybe I should read that book again. Outsiders? Pony Boy? I'm gonna take the shade Inquisitive. It's a little bit darker, and I'm just going to run that on the lash line. I'm gonna do a very basic look, and you see how pigmented that is? I barely tapped the brush into that shade. That's so nice. This is literally like blew my mind, the quality of these eyeshadows and just how pigmented and blendable they are. It's been a while since I've tried a BH, so you might just be sitting there thinking like, duh, Pam, they've always been that good, but this just literally blew my mind how great these are. I'm going to take that same brush and go back into Generous, which was that lighter brown color I began with, and just run a little bit of that on the lower lash line. Kind of give me a nice brown smoky eye. I'm going to take the shade Determined, which is this beautiful, beautiful color right here, and I'm just going to apply that all over my lid using my finger. That is so pretty. Oh my god, and it's incredibly smooth. There's no like chunkiness or anything like that in it. It's like a true foiled metallic. And those are, I'm starting to like realize, are my favorite when it comes to metallics. Like, they need to be smooth like this. Almost like a brand new fresh piece of like aluminum foil. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna take the shade Citrine, which is this gold. Same on my finger. Look at that. Oh my god, packs a punch. Kind of just blow off a little bit and pack just a little bit in that center part of my eyelid there. Kind of give it like a spotlight moment, and then just blend the edges out a little bit with my finger. Even mixing the shades, like, look at how beautiful that is. Only exception is that glitter, and I'm gonna swatch it just so that you can see. Let's see if I can catch it on camera too. So you can see this, like, this literally is like crumble like city. It's definitely just a pressed glitter, And although it's beautiful, and I love that like bit of green in there because I love green eyeshadows and stuff like that, it's just not something that I could gravitate towards all the time. And even in certain lightings, there's like purple in there. Sorry, I got distracted because it's such a beautiful shade. And I patted it on the first time I used it, but it's not my favorite. Like, I won't always use this shade. Maybe if I wanted a little extra something on the eyes, but it's just too chunky for my liking. And it's so chunky that even when you wipe your finger off, like, look, there's nothing left. Like, it's not like a normal glitter. It's so weird. I don't know how to describe it. You just have to like own the palette to know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just incredibly chunky and unlike anything I have ever felt. Very great. My camera is full, and by camera I mean my SD card filled up because I filmed 2 videos for you guys in one sitting. But this is the finished look. Even on my iPhone, I feel like everything looks absolutely stunning. The quality of all the products are obviously top notch. High-end products really can make a difference sometimes in makeup, depending on what you buy. And I'm not like promoting a whole bunch of high-end products. I'm really happy with what I got. And I'm really excited that I got to try all these high-end products because, as most of you know, I've never dabbled in too much high-end products. And this is the first time in like my little YouTube makeup career / life that I've been able to dabble into some of these high-end products. And overall, I'm pretty impressed. Like, I look really cute today, okay? I wish I was going somewhere besides the school to pick up my kids, but I'm very impressed with everything. That's all I've got for you guys today, so hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and spread my love for makeup, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? Mwah. Bye-bye.